I was more than just a great set of boobs.
Well, hello there. InkyMann and the InkyMann's Men Show. First, I want to give a big thanks for stopping in and checking my show out. I also want to thank all of you who tuned in to last week's show, which is probably the highest ranking show right now at the time I'm recording this, surpassing past shows. And those are steady climbing. But that last one, the divorce situation, that's a serious topic for some. So I want to thank you guys that are helping and sharing and following and watching what's going on. Please feel free to share. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot because there's a reason for the show besides all the craziness and the things that you see. There is a reason for the show. So thanks for spreading the word for the show. So I'm ready to get right into the topic. You know, if you're tuning in for the first time and you've seen the headline of this show, this is going to be interesting. But as always, we got to start with the Woman Crush Wednesday of the show. Big shouts to my man Jamie for recommending her. Coconut Shisha. I tell you, I have a lot of fun curating content and putting this show together. Hey, if you want to get down with trying to help out with the show, feel free to hit me up right here. I mean, if you want to have as much fun as I do with this, feel free. That just hit me. So anyway, so we're going to get into, there was really only one comment for the show last week. We're going to get right into that comment. So let's take it away. You again?
Fuck off.
Oh, no.
All right, I appreciate the comment, BT. Appreciate the comment. You sucker, you. To address that comment, yeah, I'm an intelligent person, man, but everybody needs a release, a getaway. That's all I'm gonna say about that clown ass, straw man, troll ass comment that you put up there, you sucker. We're gonna get into the next topic, which is bitch made men. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because not too long ago I was hanging out with this brother. Actually, it was over the weekend. I was hanging out with this brother and I was talking to him about watching this show. He does something on the side, like he blogs and all of that stuff. And we were just talking about just how that thing goes down. And I was telling him about this show, and I told him the purpose of the show, if you haven't already guessed, is to just create a dialogue between men. Men are not the men that my father, his father, their father used to be. Mainly because, as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of elements from music to artwork and things on TV that are kind of destroying that whole image. There's a lot of female estrogen flavored men out there right now. And there's nothing wrong with being a woman, but there is when you're supposed to be a man. As time goes on, you're supposed to go along with the times. And there's nothing wrong, I guess. There's nothing wrong. Maybe I'm going to come off as a chauvinist with this, but it's my view. There's nothing wrong with men letting a woman control certain things, but for the most part, you should be the man of the house. You should be doing everything it takes to make your woman happy, but in order to make her happy and satisfied with her, you have to be a man. You cannot exhibit the same traits that she has unless she is a lesbian or bi-curious, whatever. His thing was that he figured what I said, he didn't agree with what I said. His reason is women have rights. Now, he went on to say, and I will say I was a little offended at it at first because I have daughters. This was not something that settled with me at first, but I let him explain his position. So what he said was, once women started to have jobs, the traditional woman in that sense was the housewife, took care of the kids, took care of the house, basically the queen of the house, no under the foot type situation, just they run the house. Meanwhile, the man runs everything outside of the house, being the protector, being the provider, that kind of thing. But now that women have the opportunity to be the provider, as women go on and men are leaving the house and women are now in the single parent role, now they have to do both jobs. But with that, they're also raising sons. So now these sons are more apt to follow what's going on nowadays because that's what they know. We hear it all the time. My mom is holding it down. I love my mom. She held it down. She did the thing. She did the damn thing. So on and so forth. And there's, again, nothing wrong with that. But that is what he said was the effect of why men are the way that they are. Single parent moms, independent women that are raising their sons, so on and so forth. The sons are seeing there's nothing wrong with that, and they're not really being taught how to be men. Okay? Now, in some cases, you have women that will get with a man, or when they are with a man, they'll have that man be the male role model. But even then, that the man really, in a lot of cases, I'll say, there are men that do not have a vested interest in raising that boy because it's not their son. They'll do whatever, take him to the father-son events, take him fishing, take him to the strip club, talk about men things and all that, but they don't have a real vested interest because it's not their son. If it was their son, there's a lot more that would be involved. Wearing matching clothes, showing your son off because you're saying this is your son, not your stepson. You dig where I'm going with that? So my question to you is this true? Would you agree with that? Would you agree that once women have gotten rights, as this man said, that's what the change is? That's why we have a lot of bitch-made men. Feel free to comment below because this is going to be more interesting than probably the last show. And it's going to raise some feathers. And ladies, if you're watching this show, feel free to comment. I'll put it on the show. It's a men's show, but it is not just, there's no such thing as just man TV. And once you watch it, it just goes off. If you want to say something about it, feel free. I have no problem with it. I'll put it on the show next week. But meanwhile, anybody that wants to comment, feel free to comment below. With that being said, we're going to go right into the bye-bye boobs, a.k.a. the quota. Yep, you guessed it. Snapchatters, pull out the phone. Snap this picture. Join me. Later.